Well, success to me is dependent on what your goal is. So if you achieve it, you're successful. And if you don't achieve it, you're not successful. But success is a relative term. So it depends on what context you're talking about. Well, the wonderful thing about being an artist is that you're in the realm of the imagination, which has no limits. It can have a lot of angst and self-searching involved, but no pain, no gain, as they say. And you don't actually have to make art to be an artist. It's an attitude to life. There's artistry, can be in every aspect of life. It doesn't have to be just to make things to sell as an artist. It is an approach to life. And a lot of people are artists and they don't even think of themselves as that. Well, Jazz Orient is really my baby because I wanted Jazz Orient to be like a big platform for all the things that I love. So there's Indian music, there's jazz, there's singing, dancing, improvisation, and all the influences that have inspired me in music. And we just put it into one big pot. That's really been, in a way, my success, because we've had about 5 albums now and sold them all over the world and performed all over, really. And I think that in that genre of kind of Indo-jazz fusion, I think we're the best. I write a lot of the material. It's a place where I can use songs that I've written in the past and arrange them, and where I can work on other people's materials. So I've used Indian vocal style, operatic style, jazz and folk. Just put it all into the pot. Writing words, writing lyrics, writing poetry, they're different aspects of the same skill, really. Actually, the children's book that I have had published came out of a series of songs that I'd written when I was learning Indian dance. One of the musicians who worked on the songs knew a publisher and played them the songs, and they said, "Oh, this is a good idea." And they were going to, I think they were going to get Madhur Jaffrey to write the story, because they didn't think of me as being a writer, but as somebody who was a songwriter. And I said, well, can I have a chance at least to try and write the story, because I've done the research on the different characters. And I looked at it and I said, well, I know it sounds a little bit cliched, but you could have a magical evening where the gods come to life and have an adventure with some children. And I said, that's a good idea. So I wrote the book, and it's called Journey with the Gods, and it's been translated into different languages and been used together with the music by Indian dancers and storytellers all over the place. I'm currently managing and organising the Inner Vision Orchestra National Tour, which I have fundraised for and which I have really, in a way, facilitated. And the Inner Vision Orchestra has 10 blind musicians and is led by my husband, Baluji Srivastav. That job is really about giving people the space to express themselves, giving them the confidence to do that, thinking of themselves as artists, people who have the ability but often have had a lot of obstacles to overcome and a lot of negativity and frustration. And of course, I've been married to a blind person for 30 years, so this has been a long journey of discovery of the blind world. I was about 30. I did think oh, and in 10 years' time, I'll be 40. Ah, and in 10 years' time, I'll be 50, and so on and so forth. If I'm lucky enough to still be here, time goes very quickly. And I think now I realize the value of time more than I have done before. You take it for granted, I think, when you're younger. There are some things that you can't control in life, and some things that do take time, and there's no way you can force it. It's not a bad thing to be caring and to look after other people, but it can place you in a vulnerable situation to be exploited and manipulated. So it's, again, it takes that self-knowledge to know whether you're doing things because you want to do them or because other people want you to do them. You have to come to a point where you realize that you can't please everybody. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody is going to like what you're doing. And actually that doesn't matter. Obviously, if nobody likes you and nobody likes what you're doing, you have a very real problem.